Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CINECALIBER. Today, I'm reviewing one of my most anticipated films of the 2024 year, which I didn't get to see, which is A Quiet Place Day One. After the incredible success of the first two films, I was eager to dive back into this world of tension and terror. And while I certainly enjoyed it, I have to admit it didn't hit quite as hard for me as the previous installments. But let's break it all down here. We will start first with the plot summary. Set during the very first day of the alien invasion, A Quiet Place Day 1 drops us into the heart of New York City as chaos erupts. The story follows Samira, played by the phenomenal Lupita Nyong'o, as she tries to survive amidst the terrifying arrival of the sound-sensitive aliens. Along the way, she forms a bond with Eric, portrayed by Joseph Quinn, and together they navigate the horror and uncertainty of the day. So let's get into it here, guys. What was a hit with this film? The good. Um, First off, Lupita Nyong'o's performance was nothing short of spectacular. With a film that thrives on silence, she had to deliver a deeply emotional and layered performance with minimal dialogue, and she absolutely nailed it. Her expressive storytelling through facial expressions alone pulled me in and reminded me why she was one of the best in the industry right now. And then we also have Joseph Quinn. Solid performance by him. While his character wasn't as complex, his chemistry with Lupita elevated the emotional stakes. There's a specific scene between the two that was so heartfelt. I'll admit, I got a little misty-eyed. The emotional core of their relationship really carried the narrative forward. Another major win for this film was the sound design. Just like the previous films, the use of silence and sharp, sudden sound cues created an atmosphere of constant tension. Every creak, every breath, every distant sound was used masterfully to keep you on edge. If you can definitely watch this with surround sound to get the full immersive experience. And then just the cinematic experience too. Even though I didn't get to catch it in theaters, this film still felt like a proper event. Whether you're at home or in a cinema, the film's visual storytelling paired with its soundscapes is designed to just pull you in. Now, we're going to get into what was a miss, the bad. Now, as much as I appreciated the film's emotional storytelling, there were a few areas where it fell short for me. First up, there was missed opportunities with it being a prequel. This was supposed to be day one, a chance to explore the origins of the alien invasion or at least the initial global response. But unfortunately, we didn't get much of that. Instead, the film stuck to the familiar formula of silent survival without adding much to the lore, pretty much the same as the other two. Then there's the New York City setting. You'd think the collapse of one of the world's most iconic cities would be a visceral, overwhelming spectacle. But strangely, it lacked that chaos. The panic felt contained, and the portrayal of the city's descent into silence didn't quite feel as intense or believable as I hoped. It was like the aliens arrived, and somehow everyone instantly knew the stay silent or die rule. It just felt very rushed. And then where was the government response? There was no military presence, no emergency broadcasts, no sense of organized evacuation. Exploring that element would have added much needed realism and scale to the story. Instead, it felt like a bit of a missed opportunity here with those things. And lastly, I wish there had been a stronger balance between the character-driven moments and the high-stakes action. Don't get me wrong, I loved the emotional connection we got with Samira and Eric, but with such a massive invasion taking place, I was expecting a bit more tension and large-scale chaos. The first two balanced this very much, but this one not so much. But that's all, guys. Conclusion-wise, all in all, A Quiet Place Day One is still a worthy addition to the franchise. Despite its shortcomings, the film shines with its compelling performances, masterful sound design, and emotionally resonant moments. Lupita Nyong'o carries the film with ease, and while I would have liked a deeper exploration of the invasion itself, the suspense and character-driven narrative kept me engaged. So is this a film of caliber? Absolutely. I would give it a final rating of a 3.5 out of 5. It was definitely good. If you're a fan of the franchise, it's definitely worth a watch. Just go in knowing that it leans more into its intimate character moments than the large-scale world building. But what did you think of A Quiet Place Day 1 if you've seen it? Did it live up to your expectations? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on more reviews like this. And that is all. This is Jake from CINECALIBER.